But what can we actually do when it comes for playing retro emulation? We can do some pretty cool things with the N100. However, like with Windows Gamer, we do have limitations. So let's see how far we can push it. What can we do? We can use Butter, but today we're going to be using Windows with this PIAPRIT plug and play USB stick. You have like hard drive, everything kind of stuff you can buy. We're just going to be plugging in, installing it, and we're ready to go with some RetroBed. But let's get it some emulation with some RetroBed through Windows. So when it comes for emulation performance, we can actually do some pretty cool things here. And with the, let's say, plug and play solution, we have all kinds of different ones. You can plug it in, install everything, and we can just really do a lot of cool things. However, depending what kind of emulator is running and of course what kind of overall software, but I think this is such an easy way to just play. And I think, for example, with N64, we're going to be having some really fun overall performance. So let's deep dive into a couple of systems and yeah, just have some old school fun. So with the N100, we've reached the point that we can even play all kinds of different systems without any problem whatsoever. So if you want to have 16-bit Sega or 32-bit, we can actually play this. And what I like about these plug and play images, and particularly if you're going to be running through, let's say, RetroArch, if you're going to be using the X input controller, it works pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah, we can actually keep on playing two-dimensional games, but all of those will run fine when it comes to 8-bit, 16-bit, Master System, whatever you want to put, just say, test out, it will work fine out. But let's test out some PlayStation 2 emulation, because that is going to be more interesting and push this thing to the limit. So for me, this is absolutely a clear situation that the PlayStation 2 emulator that is preset on the RetroBed is not configured correctly, because normally PlayStation 2 shouldn't be a problem at all. So let's move in a newer emulator separately from the USB, the plug and play solution, just to see what's going on. Can we actually manage to get some overall better performance here? Because that was a little bit of a weird situation. So let's see again, get inside the freaking emulator. There we go. Yeah, there we go. And let's see, I can open up. I did make a load state somewhere in the game.
No small part to the angle of descent and profound elevation.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Roselle, and welcome to Garibaldi. Nothing but style.
So let's take a close look at the internal resolution with Sega Dreamcast. Let's see how, I want to say far we can push it, but just have some fun with it. So let's go to the games, let's choose some Mortal Kombat. And let's go into the emulation mode and let's see how far we can push it. And we do have load state over here, and let's get into the game. Outstanding. But do we have the option actually to play PlayStation 3 games? Yeah, we can actually play PlayStation 3, but I think it's going to be a hit or miss. With some of the more demanding games, it's going to be very difficult to overall emulate on this, the tiny little box.
What?